Let me ask you, when you, as the chairman of the Cannabis Practice Group, you've had a unique vantage point on the evolution of the law. What do you see as the biggest legal hurdles facing cannabis businesses today, both in Arizona but also nationwide?
Yeah, I mean, legal hurdle is still the federal government. Rescheduling appears to be coming, but it's a half measure. It's historic. It's a giant step. But primarily, the only real thing it will do is to eliminate the 280E tax burden for most dispensaries, which is historic in and of its own right. They can be treated from an IRS perspective as any other business, and will allow them to reinvest capital, bring new capital, new investors into the market. But, at the end of the day, it's still illegal federally. Every day I go to work and every day my clients open their doors, they're breaking the law. And everybody knows the fight is over. The federal government is the last to get there. So we just need to break through that final barrier and be done with it.
So I know that there's a process. The DEA said they were going to reschedule from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Do you think that's going to go through? Do you have a good feeling about that yourself?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. It's interesting. The DEA is being dragged along, kicking and screaming on this one. The Merrick Garland Department of Justice actually took it out of their hands and said, this is happening with or without your support. So it was a campaign promise by Biden. He's following the science. He's following the recommendation of the Department of Health and Human Services, who would know better than the DEA, quite frankly. So I am confident that it's going to happen. I think it's possible that, there could be some administrative delays and some challenges, some legal challenges that might slow it down. And hopefully, something drastic doesn't happen in November and somebody comes in and tries to unwind it. But short of that, it's happening. It's just a matter of when, not if.
Now, I know, certainly let me just say, I really hope nothing does happen. And of course, we've seen, yesterday, we saw a big reversal from the FDA regarding the MDMA trials that should have been fast-tracked and legalized towards the end of the year. So I don't know if it's Big Pharma or who's coming in, but, there's always an alternative view. Certainly, we've seen something in the Wall Street Journal last week or the week before last, really trying to strike out against cannabis. And I'm just flummoxed by it. I just don't understand it. So let's see what happens with that. Let me ask you, in addition to your work with cannabis law, I also see that you're deeply involved in the area of digital assets. And I'm wondering, Web3, blockchain, how do you see these technologies intersecting in the cannabis industry, and what potential do you think they hold for the future?
Yeah, so it's funny. In the intervening 2 years, when I didn't have a lot of clients in the cannabis space, from when we legalized medical marijuana to when dispensaries were able to open, I got a little bored and started kind of going down the rabbit hole of some of these blockchain technologies and digital assets, and found that they really are and have the potential to sort of revolutionize the way that we do transactions.